Hello dear students, I am Sridhar from Tumba School of Basic and Applied Sciences Jamkhandi, Department of Computer Science. I am here to teach you third semester computer science students. The subject is named as Digital Logic and Computer Design. As usual, this subject consists of 5 units and it carries 100 marks. Out of 100, 80 will be your theory marks and 20 will be the internals. Okay. So without further ado, we'll discuss about all the units which included in this digital logic and computer design. Okay. From the first unit, digital systems and binary numbers we are going to learn. And within that, moreover, we are going to concentrate on digital systems. Okay, and also number system is there and its base conversion. Many number systems are there like decimal number system, binary number system, octal number system, and hexadecimal number system. And we can convert any number system from one to other, like from decimal to binary, from binary to decimal. We are going to convert it. We discuss in the first unit. And in the first unit again, representation of signed binary number is there and binary codes are there, binary logic is there. This is all about the first unit of this subject. Okay. In the second unit, we are going to discuss about Boolean algebra, the same algebra which is also there in the mathematics. Here in terms of digital systems, for our computer design, we are going to learn Boolean algebra, introduction about it, axioms and the laws of Boolean algebra. Boolean functions are there, canonical and standard forms are there, and gates are there like AND, OR, basic gates, NAND, NOR, extracted gates also there. Level minimization is there. In that level minimization, the main term or main method is called as map method. Again, within the map method, 2, 3 and 4 variable k-map we are going to discuss, and don't care conditions, and lastly NAND and NOR implementation is there. It means that by using NAND or NOR, you can construct any basic gates. That's we are going to discuss in the second unit. And lastly, we have XOR function. This is all about your second unit. Okay, and in the third unit, there are combination circuits are there, or combination logic. Within that, there are number of circuits are there like binary adders. Here they have mentioned right here: binary adders, binary subtractors, decimal adders, binary multipliers, and magnitude comparator is there, decoders, encoders, and lastly multiplexers is there. This is the third unit for your syllabus. Okay, and in the fourth unit, we have synchronous sequential circuits. It means that here we are going to discuss about sequential circuits and latches. Flip-flops are there. In the flip-flops, there are many types are there. For your syllabus, we are going to discuss about SR flip-flop, JK flip-flop, T flip-flop, and T flip-flops. Okay, and also we are going to study about excitation tables of flip-flops or flip-flop excitation tables. And in fourth unit again we have registers and counters. Many types of registers are there, but we are going to discuss about shift register as per our syllabus. And types of counters are there: synchronous counter and asynchronous counter. We are going to discuss ripple counters, which is asynchronous counter, and synchronous counters, and many other counters we are going to discuss in the fourth unit. And in the fifth unit, we have memory and programmable logic. Memory in the sense, again we have RAM, ROM and all. Random access memory, how it can be constructed, how it is designed, how it is used. That's all we are going to discuss in the fifth unit. And decoding of memory or memory decoding, error detection, and the detected error can be corrected. That's we are going to discuss. And read-only memory or ROM, you can say, how it can be designed, how it is used, and how it works. That's we are going to discuss in the fifth unit. Programmable logic array or programmable array logic, and lastly sequential programmable devices. This is all about your fifth unit. Okay. I hope this is clear to you. If you want, you can pause the video and you can write all the units for your syllabus. Okay. So today we are going to discuss a little bit about first unit, introduction of digital systems. Okay. So without further ado, let's discuss about the first unit, which is right here. Here we are going to discuss about digital systems and binary numbers. Today's class I will introduce what is digital systems. Okay. Digital system, for more general example for digital system is our computer, or you can say digital computer. Okay. This is also a digital system. In our chapter, always we will deal with a computer as a digital system. Okay. And if I want to give a more good example or best suitable example for digital system is our smartphones. Whatever we are using our smartphones, those are also our best example for digital systems. Okay. And other examples are also included right here. You can see telephone switching exchanges and digital voltmeters, frequency counters, calculating machines and teletype machines. These are also a good example for digital system. And what is the characteristic of this digital system? The characteristic of digital system is manipulation of discrete elements of information. Then what is this discrete elements or discrete elements of information? The information may be electric impulses or electric signals from high, low, high, that is called as electric impulses. Or it may be any letter from alphabets A, B, C, D, or any numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. This is all, or any arithmetic operation between these numbers. This is all include the discrete elements of information. Once again I repeat, the information may be electric impulses, alphabet letters, numbers, or any arithmetic operations which can be given as an input to a digital system. Those are known as discrete element of information. And what it does, our digital system manipulates these electric or these discrete elements of information. That is the characteristic of digital systems. I hope this is clear to you. Okay. So we will discuss little bit about the digital system. Here again I have taken the example for a digital system or our computer as a digital system. So the computer manipulates information in digital form. And what is this digital? Digital is simply means that binary form. Here I mentioned right here. Okay. Computer manipulates information in a digital, or you can call it as a binary form. And what's the binary form means? Binary form means which is either in the form of 0 or 1. That is a binary form. Computer can only understand this binary form. Or also we can call it as off and on. What it means? It means off state or on state of a transistor in a circuit. That is a binary form. The computer can only understand this form. And also we can call it as low, high. Okay. Any input which is given to any digital system, it will be treated in the form of binary, or if you given in the other form also, it will convert that into binary and understand it. This is how digital system works. Okay. Here example is given right here. Any decimal number base 10. Decimal number in the sense, say for example, if I given 54 as an input to the computer, I am going to add this to 6, which can give 60, but what it does, 54, 6 and 60 are again in the form of decimal number systems, but computer will not understand this decimal. What it does, it will convert 54 into binary, 6 into binary, and add these two, and it will give you 60 as a result. Firstly, it will understand in the form of binary, but it will give the result in the form of decimal. Okay, this is how the digital system works. And what is this 54 is equal to binary? It means that the 54 is converted in the form of binary. It means combination of zeros and ones. Say for example, for decimal 10, how we can write in the form of binary 1010 is the equivalent number of 10, correct? Say if I write 8, 8 is 0, okay, 1000 is the equivalent number for decimal 8. This is how, if you given input as 8, it will convert into 1000 and understand it. This is how our digital system works. Okay, what is the digital logic and what are the digital signals, what is analog signal, that is all we are going to discuss in the next class. I hope this is clear to you. Okay, thank you.